Welcome to Sear and Beer. On today's episode, we're gonna do beer can cauliflower. Seriously?
Yeah, trust me, man. When have I ever led you wrong?
At least I get to pick the beer.
That's true.
Well, since I'm kind of being a little baby about having a vegetable instead of meat today, I'm gonna let Tom do a lot of the heavy lifting. I'll do whatever menial tasks Tom wants me to do.
Yes. We've already have our melted butter in the cup. Now what we're gonna do is take some beer, pour it in. What you wanna do is pour maybe half a can in. Give it a little swirl, just so it kind of mixes up a little bit. Set that off to the side because we're going to use that can later.
And I'm pretty sure I gotta be the human basting brush today.
Yeah, so what we're going to have Alan do is he's already gloved up, ready to go. What I'm going to do is pour this mixture over the cauliflower or into his hands, whatever he prefers. And he's just going to give it a little massage, like a finger massage.
Like you're rubbing somebody's head.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think is this a head of cauliflower? I think it is.
That's what they call it.
I don't know. Yeah.
It looks awfully small for a head.
It's a little tiny head.
There's a little tiny head, yeah.
All right.
That sucks.
Rub some head.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, all right. Yeah. It's not so bad.
No. You kind of want to just rub it all over. Doing that will help bring the flavor of the butter and the beer to the top of the cauliflower.
Give me a little more, good buddy.
A little bit more.
Well, and what we're also, here, let me get a little bit of that. The butter hardens up a little bit when you mix it.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we get all of it. What we're also trying to do is that butter is gonna hopefully act as a binder for some of the salt, pepper, garlic that we're gonna be rubbing on this
Yes.
thing. We didn't say the cauliflower would be super healthy. It's not really our thing, but it will be good.
What's healthy when you eat barbecue and smoke meats?
It's more or less, I'm just having fun at this point.
He's he likes playing with he likes playing with head.
I do. I do. It's not bad, my friend. It's not bad. All right, so we're gonna get kind of a double whammy. The glaze that we have is going to be is gonna have some of that Prima Pils, but then we're also obviously gonna cook it over half a can of Prima
Yes.
Pils, which should pretty much do exactly what beer can chicken does, which is just maintain a little bit of moisture, just to keep the humidity inside of your grill or smoker
Yeah.
up. Make sure you don't dry it out too fast,
don't wanna
especially with a
dry it out.
vegetable too.
Yeah.
It's got to be kind of tough. So I'll take the salt, pepper, garlic if you want. I'm gonna hit it sort of heavy because I'm not the biggest fan of cauliflower. I don't dislike it, but it's not always my first choice. So I would like a little bit of oomph on there.
Yeah, that's where we differ. I love a good cauliflower. There's so many ways you can do it. Paprika, or in this case, salt, pepper, garlic. Just don't overcook your vegetables. Nothing's worse than a mushy vegetable. You'd rather have that al
That's the-
dente, that nice crisp and crunch when you bite into it when it's done.
I think that's my biggest problem is that's what I envision when I
Yeah.
think of like broccoli and cauliflower.
Mushy and-
I enjoy them, but quite frankly, I'd rather have raw, well, at least broccoli for sure. I'd rather have
Yeah.
raw broccoli than anything.
Yeah.
But I'll pretend I didn't say that in case we do a broccoli, broccoli episode.
Right.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna assemble it. It's like a little cauliflower hat.
Right.
It's like
That's-
it's wearing its brain on the outside.
That's really all you want to do is that same beer that you poured into the butter mixture, just set the cauliflower on top of that, and then that goes on the grill, and we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, we're gonna set this thing on the Weber, and I'm almost out, so we're gonna have to refresh this if
Gotta
we wanna.
restock our portion of said Prima Pils.
If we're gonna put beer in our food, we better be putting beer in our bellies.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have the cauliflower cut just the way we like it, seasoned just the way we like it. We have the grill set with the charcoal all the way to the side for some indirect heat.
Yeah.
Now, one snafu we did run into is it was hard to close the lid on that Weber with the cauliflower on top of the beer can. So Tom, the MacGyver that he is, just oh well, why don't we just take the grate off and set it down? So we actually have it sitting down in the charcoal level of the grill.
Yeah, the very bottom grate that the coals sit on. It actually works out perfect because the height of the beer can plus the cauliflower on top, right at that perfect temperature for the indirect to go kind of around and cook it evenly.
Yeah, it's kind of convecting. Is
Yeah.
that convecting?
It's a science thing.
Yeah. Yeah, to science.
Science.
To science. Yeah, so let's talk about this beer, man. This is, to me, and I'm going to be known for like overstating things, I guess, over time, but this is like quintessentially American craft beer to me. Victory took a traditional German Pilsner recipe, found the noble hops knob, and just turned it and ripped the knob off. That's pretty much what this is.
They kind of turned it to 11.
Yeah.
And said, drink it.
Yeah, we're not gonna need that knob anymore.
Yeah.
We're just gonna take that
All
from
right.
it. Quite frankly, with all the juicy nonsense people drink right now, they would be blown away by how bitter and awesome this thing is.
Yeah, it's got nice citrus to it. It's got a very definitive hop bite at the end, which is what you want in a traditional German Pilsner. Just the way it was done, they just kind of turned it up and amplified it and made everything perfect.
Yeah, it's got that sharp citrus note from the hop. What I also love is noble hops typically have this like beautiful floral thing to them, especially on the nose. It just keeps you interested. It just keeps you going. I feel like I'm gonna say this every episode, but I could drink like a million of these, and it's awesome.
all around full circle. How this beer is done, it's a well done beer. Nice hoppiness, citrus, floral, everything you want in a crushable German Pilsner.
Yeah, and this is you're 5.3%. So you're right in that dialed in 5% mark to go long haul.
Yeah.
And let's not skip over the main thing. This is an extremely clean beer. This is crystal clear when you pour it out. You're not going to get any flaw. If you're drinking a lager, not to get too high on my horse here, but
it's up there.
If you're tasting green apple, if you're tasting vegetable, like cooked vegetable,
buttery notes,
good call. Any kind of fruitiness, like over the top fruitiness, it's wrong. It's not.
Yeah.
It's what I would call dirty. This is a unbelievably clean beer, and I'm kind of hoping this cauliflower comes out unbelievably clean.
Oh yeah, it'll be pristine. I think so.
I'm pretty excited about it. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out on the grill.
Yeah,
and
get a little peeky poo and see where it's at.
move along.
Yep.
Onward and upward, buddy.
That's right.
All right. So I got to tell you, man, in this kind of climate, we're probably going to have like 8-9 seconds before this is almost frozen again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's close. It's unbearably cold out.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off the grill and see what it looks like and see if Tom can convince me that vegetables are pretty awesome.
Oh, they are.
All right, man. I guess this is the part where you wow me with vegetables.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I mean, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, the the one thing I love about it is the cauliflower still has that crunch to it, but it doesn't taste raw. It's got that nice pop when you bite into it.
Yeah.
It's not overcooked. It's not mushy. It's perfectly well done.
And I think the beer helped level that off. I don't taste a ton of Prima with it.
No.
But what I do get is that it's a tender vegetable without being overdone.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely something to having that beer down there to do it. The other thing that turned out insanely well, hopefully the camera picks it up, but this has, because of that butter we use and the butter beer mixture and the salt, pepper, garlic, it has almost like a tiny little bark on it, like a thin little bark that keeps it crunchy and interesting, but you can still have a fully cooked vegetable underneath it.
Yeah, it almost created a crust to it.
It was dynamite, man.
Yeah. It's the salt, pepper, garlic brings everything together. This cauliflower is not the most flavorful vegetable.
It's the chicken of vegetables.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I'm not a big chicken guy. It's good. It's good
Yeah.
in the right hands. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I make a tremendous chicken.
Right.
We'll find that out one of these days.
Soon.
But it's it's a meat that you need to put a lot of time into. You need to put a lot of effort into. I would say the same about this, except for we did the time and the preparation for it, and it was almost nothing. It was so easy.
Yeah, the whole prep time was, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we had our grill on indirect heat. We're factoring in, we're thinking probably 275, 300 was probably about what it was getting consistently.
Consistent temp, yeah.
I took a little over an hour.
Yeah.
But if you're smoking something long haul, I mean, unless you're just battering it with actual, with smoking wood, which you shouldn't anyway.
No.
Unless you're just battering something, this thing is something that you could just do real quick, throw it on the smoker, an hour and a half before you're ready to eat. And it's just gonna, I mean, it's a game changer as far as getting a vegetable in with all that savory food you're eating.
Yeah, not to mention it looks pretty cool too.
It's cool. It's like you're making a little hat for your beer,
yeah.
in front of your friends. Like, who doesn't want to do that?
You'll look like a pro if you whip that out.
If he would have bought 2 of these, I would have worn one of these on my head just to get an extra like or two, because I'm that guy. But unfortunately, I wasn't given the opportunity, and that's cool because this is plenty of cauliflower for 2 dudes. I
Oh,
mean,
for sure.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than enough.
But either way, if you enjoyed this video, as I say all the time, feel free to hit that like button. Subscriptions are super welcome. Click on that little bell. It'll let you know whenever we post content. That's not going to be more than once a week, so we're not going to be annoying.
No.
Well, outside of the
Aside from
video, we're
this.
not going to be
Right, yeah.
annoying. And either way, if you're enjoying this, give us some feedback in the comments section. Try not to be too mean,
Right.
and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Sounds
buddy.
good.
This
Yeah.
is a good time.
It was.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Ah.
This is almost unbearable, buddy.
Yeah, it is visibly cold out.
Yep, I can see my breath, and I can kind of envision my own funeral at this
I
point.
feel the pain. It hurts.
You know what might warm me up?
Taking it off the grill. Yeah.
Yeah.